Hello and welcome to another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, of another furry visual novel. This one, A.W.A.R.E, or Abnormal Weapons Assessment, Repurpose, and Exterminate. A game about, as I bring up the synopsis, a young man, driven by necessity to take up a part-time job as a courier, finds himself tempted by the promise of substantial reward to deliver a mysterious package that cannot find its address. Unexpectedly, after glimpsing that the package contents include a body, he's thrust into a conflict amongst various powers. Should he trust the strong, silent lone wolf, who is the intended recipient of the package, align with the organization he has long admired, or heed the call of a mysterious criminal? The choice is his to make. So, before we start, if you want me to do a Let's Play series of this game, then tell me, and I'll give it a point which will put up higher on the user's choice list. And if you want me to do a quick look of any other game, then tell me, and I'll fast track it more or less, I guess. And yeah, if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. It doesn't look like they have any Patreon page, but also an interesting thing about this, it's on 3D or it's in 3D and it's animated, maybe? You have to see. Looks different. Reset face. And begin. I guess chapter 1. See? Animated. Also sound warning, maybe? You might be wondering how I got here. Or do I click here? With the ring in my ears, the man opens his eyes, or in his ears. Even with vertigo, imbalance, and a dry mouth, he could have managed? I guess I have to click on it. And checking it's recording. Yet, the numbness spreads through his body, left him restless. Not to mention the chills, as if his insides were stirring up cold waves. The symptoms were long past the point where they could be alleviated by simply resting. Giving up on trying to sleep, the man sat up on the edge of the bed. That is a very small bed for a very big guy. The time of year was in the middle of summer, and the scorching sunlight seemed to almost burn through the floor. The bright, but not blinding afternoon sight made him look a little lost in thought. Reorganizing equipment, looking into clues, buying supplies, he had countless to-dos swirling in his head. Hey, I have that scar pretty much in the same place. It's not that prominent, though. Or in exactly that orientation, but anyways. Listing them, ranking by urgency, then adjusting the situation. This was to set up a straightforward plan, but also keeps putting his arm on his knee. Before he could even take a breath, a knock at the door interrupted his thoughts. There were 3 knocks, spaced a few seconds apart. Echoed in the empty room, as if following a certain rule. Ooh, sorry. Hot sauce. The man grabbed the gun at his bed's end and glanced at the clip in the summer light. He then rose and headed for the front door. A knock at the door echoed in the man's mind, igniting snowflakes of light. Like a TV showing snow after picking up stray signals. Despite the noise, he still matched the rhythm, allowing his footsteps to merge with it. Using the pause after a set, the man quickly stepped to the front of the door, holding the gun muzzle to the door and lightly touching it with his fingertips. He felt the vibrations of the knocks to find where they were coming from. Positioned the gun to aim directly at the person knocking from almost no distance away. A 40mm thick galvanized steel plate divided the inside from the outside. Such thickness, was enough to resist the breakthrough of normal weapons. But for the specially designed weapon in the man's hand, with projectiles that were solid as armor piercing, penetrating would only mean slightly louder noise. Someone delivered a twink? Delivered? To this place? With a sharp screech of the hinges, the man swung the door open. Also, what is on his chin? Its half-open angle, falling through a cramped gap that even the sun couldn't penetrate, perfectly hid the pistol's trail. Trail? Not what was expected. There's a boy standing outside, clutching a worn tablet, dressed in loose employee uniform and topped with vivid red hair. He seemed taken aback by the slow opening door. Putting his hand back, he now rested it behind his head, offering an awkward, simple smile. And I can't click? What happens if I... Okay, there we go. Where have I seen this kind of stuff before? Is it the effects volume? Putting that down a bit. His gaze fixed on the man behind the door, as if words were at the tip of his tongue, but hadn't spoken yet. Actually, I guess that might put, like, the banging sound down. Let's just deal with it, I guess. Seeing this, the man broke the silence first. What is it? Noticing the surprise and obscure enthusiasm in the boy's eyes, the man gripped the gun in his hand tighter. Yes. Excuse me. After hearing the question, the boy answered as if he just snapped out of the dream. A sexy dream. I mean, you are Mr. Theseus, right? Zeman Theseus? You got a package. A package? What package? The man, called by his full name, felt confused about that. He had already sized up the young man in front of him. Clearly, he had neither weapons nor a package on him. Except this guy's package. Oh, but my form is blocking what I was pointing at. I apologize for the delay. You see, because I couldn't reach you. So I went ahead and signed for it. Please, where is it? Zeman cut off his words with a direct question. The young man kept his awkward smile with a sideways glance down the corridor. It spoke. Well, about that. As I was bringing it up, it got stuck. Stuck? Yes, during the move, I accidentally... You'll see if you step out. The man, gun trained behind the door, had actually considered this very scenario. To avoid direct confrontation, luring him into the open area for a sniper attack was the simplest plan to execute. Also cost-effective. But did they think a stuck package would coax him out? Wasn't that taking him too lightly? Or was he making too much out of it? Zeman pondered this. His thoughts muddled and caused him an unexplained restlessness. I'm sorry. It's all my fault it got stuck. I'll compensate for any damage and its value. Seeing the young man's guilty face, the man felt assured. It wasn't mere pretense. Since finding this place, he had probably become unwitting bait. Given Zeman's negligent effort to cover his tracks, it was no surprise someone was spying on him. Likely, agents from the company were nearby. Maybe it was time to make the first move. Shooting the boy in the non-vital part, and then dragging him to a safety place might be a viable strategy for the situation. Targeting the shoulder or leg would be sufficient. Unaware of what the man in front of him was considering, the young man timidly kept explaining in a quiet way. The sender had given specific instructions, saying it was very valuable, and it had to be delivered to you quickly. I was anxious, and there was a bit of an accident on the way, so I got stuck. Please don't file a complaint. Zeman also caught the boy's low self mutterings. He used his finger off the trigger, steadied himself, and calmly asked the question. Who sent it? It's... The young man paused, his eyes lifting up as if digging up the detail from his memory, before quickly responding. Mr. Mookie Disdalas. What? Didalis? Is the package a large box? Yes, a wooden one, about 60 inches. Shit, forgot about that guy. Feeling a headache coming on, Zeman rubbed his temples. Where did it get stuck? How did that happen? On the fence. On which fence? Just the one by the entrance, where the fence has a gap. The gap on the fence? Why don't I remember that? Please. Please wait a moment. I'll think of another way. Whether it is using a pole to poke or a rope to pull, I'll get it down. And if that doesn't work, I'll call for help. No need. After giving a short and concise refusal, the man left the half-open door behind and went back inside. Thinking he messed up the talk and was about to get in trouble, the boy panicked right away. Before he could think of what to do next, he heard the creak of rusty hinges. Looking up the fire door had fully opened with Zeman's balls. He's wearing sleeves, training vest that showed off his muscles, stood with his arms crossed, and spoke in a no-nonsense manner. I'll move it myself. Okay, I hate when that happens, when text moves. Or like a tutorial does that, because then it's like, hey, I want to read. Don't mess with him, was the boy's instinctive reaction upon facing a man directly, or the man. The shapewear, with its faded color base and orange stripes, clung to his muscular build. Along with a support band under Zeman's jaw, they outlined a strong build. That's one thing that I do hate about trying to look for clothes. I need to find, like, long clothes, because my build, I can wear size small, but they're never long enough. The tall height forced the young man to look up. Daddy. And in doing so, he directly met the man's downward gaze, brimming with wariness. I wouldn't say that would be wariness. As if Zeman was ready to see him as a threat at any moment. I don't know about that. Had the man remained bare-chested as earlier, the young man might have instinctively run for his life. Regrettably, his view had been obscured at the time, preventing him from experiencing the visual shock of the difference now. Yet, this did not hinder the boy from feeling envious. If only he had a body like that. Right next to him, in bed. You'll have to leave me there. Sure. It's right over here. Watching the boy rush towards the stairs, Zeman felt an inexplicable sense of gloom. But silently he followed him, heading to the open area. Connection successful. Adaptation in progress. The fuck? Is that what you call a gap? How'd you do that? Also, I wouldn't even want to stand anywhere underneath. Oh. Huh. I guess I could move this stuff. But it's like, you know. Shit. Did he notice just now? Can't be, right? He's right there, ain't he? Oh, you're back. Nude shot, was it? Caught anything good? Game over. Was I supposed to do something? Enter... Again, with the tutorials just moving along. Did enter. Target in sight, engaging with unidentified individual. Because I'm looking here, reading down here, I don't see that up there, especially if it goes away in a hot second. Red hair, male, around 18 years old. Identity unknown, presumed delivery boy to be confirmed. Guess I'll have to look over here just in case. Clang, crisp. It said something about enter, and I only read the first word before, you know. Enter the mouse, wait for the white circle, then click. I guess just repeatedly click. But I want nudie pics. Enter the mouse, center the mouse, wait for something. Okay, mouse needs to be in the center of the thingy. Target outing was to retrieve some kind of supplies. The container is wooden. It's a plywood box, approximately 58.5 inches. How would somebody know that? About 1.5 meters in length, and around 1 meter in width and height. Currently, it's hanging on a wire fence, with the courier attempting to retrieve it. Something unknown has occurred. That's enough. Let me take over. No, this is my responsibility. Shoot. The target is poised to return indoors, having been outside for approximately 10 minutes. Owing to limitations in angle and distance, only 3 photos of the target were successfully captured. Further tracking and investigation of red-haired youth will be undertaken to acquire additional information. If deemed necessary, he will be detained for interrogation. Also, that's weird. How do you have surveillance that's that close that that guy can just easily run up on the guy? Unless he has superpowers. And we're poked. Pant. Sorry, I made you wait so long. Your package is ginormous. I mean, your package has been delivered. Okay, got it. Thanks, I guess. Also, please, you sit. Catch your breath first. Pay attention to the rhythm. Observing the boy pen heavily, almost to the point of passing out. the man couldn't help but offer a few words of advice. He realized he couldn't shake the boy's resolve to see things through to the end. Hoping the boy would leave soon, Zeman reluctantly agreed to his wishes, letting him carry the box alone. A closer look, Zeman realized there was something wrong with the boy's physical state. He was tremendously out of shape. I mean, he seemed to push himself hard in exercise, not overly muscular, but efficient with his strength. However, the technique was all wrong. Continuing this way would probably... Thank you. I'm fine. Okay. But then, what did that have to do with him? The man sighed to himself. He recalled the sight he had just felt outside, and feared it was a scout. This meant another task for him to handle. Plus, there was the matter of the box. Things were becoming quite the hassle. You're all set here. Head back now. Wait, please. The boy had long noticed the man's unwelcoming attitude, but didn't mind. It was his job. Completing it successfully was all that mattered to him. Please, sign for it. Please. On the phone. Noticing the man seemed unwilling, the boy quickly added, I can do it for you. It's related to how well I do at my job. Your help really means a lot. I'm not trying to hassle you. I just don't have a phone. The man wasn't lying. All his communication devices were issued by the company, and had been disposed of before his arrival. Oh, okay. The boy had said he couldn't reach him. He probably tried the throwaway number Zeman used to call Daedalus. The typical courier would have given up if they couldn't reach the recipient. Then it would only make sense to return the package to the sender. Then please sign on the tablet. Yet the boy before him stubbornly tracked down his unlisted address and delivered the package in person. To call it an obsession wouldn't be too much. As he took the tablet, the man thought just that. Just write your initials and agree to the term. I'll take care of the rest. And lastly, I'd appreciate any feedback or suggestions on our service. It's not up to me to listen to the feedback or not. After saying what he was supposed to, according to the employee manual, the young man finally let out a sigh of relief. Regardless, it's finally coming to a close. Once the man finished signing, he would take his leave. This would ensure he met his monthly goal and got his bonus. After paying off his debts, there would be enough to cover application fees and living expenses. Now, his sole focus was preparing for the final exam. Fine, wait here. Well, he was thinking, oh god, that's screen tearing right here. While he was thinking about where to study post-work, he heard Zeman say this. Then, without a clear reason, Zeman walked off with the tablet. Excuse me, why did he walk away? Is he one of those people? Is he going to sign with a pen? Actually, the man wasn't far off. It was just that the distance created the wooden box was enough to make the young man feel uneasy. Could he be thinking of stealing it? If he was serious, I'd be no match. It's just a tablet. If he wants it, he can have it. Without thoughts spiraling out of control, his newfound calm quickly turned to panic. Without thinking, his hands pressed down the box. The initial moment, the young man noticed something unusual. Crack. Damn it. Maybe his hand... Perhaps the young man intended a weight on the box of the final straw, and in case the wooden box marked with various hard rinds cracked open, and unfortunately he glimpsed in the contents inside. Have you signed it already? Yeah. Where do I give your rating? The rating. You can do it on the I'm sorry, I mean... Stay calm. Don't panic. The young man struggled to control his voice and expression, but couldn't stop his hands from trembling. Let me do it for you. It seemed the man hadn't noticed the boy's abnormality. He handed the tablet back quite ordinarily. The boy's fingers slid across the screen, mindless, suppressing the initial fear and enjoying moving away from danger. No problem to me. And you came back into a trivial thing, as a result of which there was nothing. The boy bumped into a stack of wobbly wooden crates and piled against the wall. A sudden sound echoed through the chamber, loud enough to be embarrassing, but not for the boy. There's an opportunity. So under Zinman's gates, he turned and walked straight into the fire door, and he had come through. I guess, wait, is there a way to slow down this stuff? Maybe that. So, under Zeman's gaze, he returned and walked straight through the door and went through. Oh right, I have to use mouse. Mr. Theseus, just as the boy was about to push the door and leave everything behind him, he oddly said, "It's a pleasure to serve you. Have a wonderful day." With a greeting yet to fall, the boy with the red hair vanished through the fire exit. If Seaman had worked as a courier, he would have known. Known what? His line from the employee handbook demanding one of the services to be provided to customers. The tone must have been eager, and the smile genuine, as someone that comes straight from the heart. Also, maybe put the audio down a bit. Yeah, that much might be good. For a young man to have mastered the trick, this was not difficult. But perhaps because he had devoted all of his energy to such matters. He had failed to not notice that his card, bearing his name and photo, had slipped from the belt. Falling unnoticed on the man's makeshift refuge? Did he see? My wiener? Zeman wondered to himself. How big of a body are we talking about? Ah, that's what he saw. Chapter 1. Special Delivery. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, when text goes by that quickly, you either have to be a great reader, or you just are like, ah, fuck. We got time for chapter 2. Alright, time to make a getaway. Staying here just feels uneasy. Come to think of it, it's a pity I didn't catch his nude shot. Well, in? No. Huh? Sure is different. Chapter 2, Press Start. Also, I have to say, this guy is pretty strong if he's able to carry not only a crate that size, but one with what seems to be a fully fledged, a full body inside it. Because bodies are not light. What a mess. It's on me. I forgot about the traffic control mess. Because I didn't write it down. At least, I'm close to campus now. What about tonight's shift? Dots. The note said service would resume before sunset. I wonder if they move things quicker or slower as that stuff. Let's do that. But what if it doesn't? I need a backup plan, just in case. What about taxi? Then eat into what little I earn. Not necessarily. It's a restaurant's job today. If I still had my ID, the budget would have just covered it. I got totally ripped off during the reissue. I can take leftovers after closing. That helps. And there's no new grant I can apply for. Now that I didn't see it coming. At least cover food this week. Wish I could photosynthesize protein or something. You don't photosynthesize protein. Those vultures disguised as brokers. ... Wait, think. I could just skip school and head straight to work. No. The job isn't the goal. School and the resume matter more. Finals are over. Scores turned out fine. Maybe I can ease up a little. Work-life balance. But my study notes and the A.W.A.R.E exam ticket are still at school. Gotta pick them up before break. Besides the class rep, will anyone else even show up today? I was planning to run through practice test again. God, I like doing that. Call me, weird. Maybe some of the teachers' kids will be around. Oh, right. One of them was talking about summer trip plans. This was the final push before the exam. Here they're going to another city. Must be nice. Not that I expected to go anywhere. I need a perfect score. But I wish it didn't have to be this hard. Maybe I should just go home. End this whole runaway phase. Go back and live the rest of my life walking on eggshells. A little suffering won't kill me. Right now, right? Grind now, rest later. Then focus. I've cleared the prelims. This exam is my shot. Physically, it's pretty much guaranteed fail. Which means a perfect written score is non-negotiable. That's the only way I'll get noticed. And earn a shot at exceptional admission. As his thoughts swirled, the red-headed boy turned his gaze to the nearby finished tower ahead. Its blank facade, devoid of windows, bore dark lettering. Clear even from blocks away. A.W.A.R.E. The acronym stood for Abnormal Weapons and Assessment, Repurpose, and Extermination. It was here where he dreamed of working. Unlike ordinary corporations, profit wasn't their priority. Their name was Lateral, assessing, recycling, and eliminating abnormal weapons. An all-in-one operation covering strategy, defense, and... Back when cities crumbled and civilization teetered, they were the ones who developed countermeasures that worked. So do they get rid of, nuclear weapons or something? Or WMDs or whatever? I don't know. Just trying to think. I think it'd be super weapons. The trained task forces upheld the fragile peace we have now. Without them, we wouldn't be walking these ordinary streets, worrying about trivial instead of survival. So, people gave A.W.A.R.E a simpler, more fitting name. The A.W.A.R.E Forces. Getting in meant prestige, and pay most people only dreamed of. If I can climb high in the A.W.A.R.E. But what really mattered was what this job stood for. Maybe then I can actually find a boyfriend. Help people that I care about. ! That guy's nude. And gray? The hell? That was weird. That's startled me. No way that's him, right? Those German shepherds look the same. Racist? Still, probably not. Sigh. Keep this up, and I'll be nervous wreck. In a single sigh, the young man barely resorted. His resolve crumbled again as he brushed past the stranger. The week prior, as the Felides Express courier part-time, he accepted a shady delivery. A mundane medium crate had no recipient, no contact, or no address. He figured it was just a system bug, and he reached for his phone to report it to the lead. A message came in, abrupt and prompted? And along with it, a virus-like countdown that deduced 1 credit every 60 seconds. Pressured by his own finances, the young man quickly calculated the payout he'd receive if he finished the job, and forced down the urge to cancel it. He dashed through the streets, judging by the map, and called no one ever picked up, running like a courier on the brink. After frantic efforts, the timer finally stopped upon the delivery. How did it know where the place was supposed to be sent? It even auto-signed for the recipient. That guy's name was Zeman. Ancient history. Stop overthinking. But what if... Zeman. Theseus. Could he be a hitman, trying to silence me? After all, the young man had truly seen what was inside the crates. A human-shaped figure, vacuum wrapped in blank film like a mummy. Are there humans in this world? From both a professional and personal standpoint, it was a glimpse he should never have had. A corpse? That was the panicked, mistaken conclusion he jumped to before sprinting back to HQ, like his life was on the line. Things only got worse from there. The ID he just managed to get reassured was gone, vanished from his pocket sometime during the chaos. Either lost in Zeman's room, or somewhere along the escape route. And just like that, his delivery bonus was gone, swallowed by the reissue fees. On top of that, he had to cover the damage to the delivery car. By the end of the day, he was flat broke. Stop overthinking. It's pointless and draining. This is life or death. Zeman had build, sharp eyes, and a guarded presence, but he didn't seem heartless. If he wanted me dead, he'd have acted already. Or maybe he's just waiting for me to let my guard down, tracking my patterns before making a move. His room was practically empty, and when he said he didn't have a phone, it felt like there was a story behind it. I'm not worth investigating. But I saw the secret. Felt discreet. It was a silicone doll. The intake logs made that clear. Yeah, he just wanted to do some banging. It's funny how it's like, yeah, it's a silicone doll. You know. By now, he knew what was in the crate wasn't a corpse doll, just a silicone doll. It was marketed as something for adult companionship. Can I get one of those? Judging by the crate's dimensions, it had to be life-sized. Imagine dying because I stumbled on a hitman's pastime. Think of a story like that could go viral if I posted it. Not the time for jokes. Still, his part-time job was a proper legal gig. It had nothing to do with smuggling corpses or anything remotely illegal. Even knowing that, he couldn't shake the unease. Secrets were secrets. He shouldn't have known. The hitman theory is baseless. City's full of surveillance cameras now. Post-crisis era is over. Can we even trust the logs? The sender definitely had the means to pull something off if he wanted to. Not my problem. not even my pay grade. But what if it blows back on me? That's exactly why I reissued the ID, just in case something like this happened. Wouldn't have gone price gouged otherwise. True. And the sender. Murky. Daedalus. Honestly, nothing he didn't want. Nothing he did was all that strange. Got my number from the supervisor when placing the order. The countdown was part of some beta bonus program. A special bounty feature, still in testing. It just happened to be the first job. Bugs are expected. Makes sense. Point is, nothing happened, right? One more thing. Zeman didn't seem to know what he was expecting, that he was expecting the package. But once he heard Ricky's name, he accepted it. And even asked specifically, is it the crate? He didn't seem too fond of it either, the sender or the crate. That proves they knew each other, and this wasn't their first exchange. That adds up. Seems plausible. So need to overcompensate. Just focus on the A.W.A.R.E exam. Focus on the A.W.A.R.E exam. Focus on the A.W.A.R.E exam. Hi! Hey, I was wondering if you'd show up today. I saw the news. They're messing with the roads again. It's the traffic restrictions. Stop using weird words. And why are you so hyped about it? 'Cause every time there's a shutdown, A.W.A.R.E pulls something wild. Last time, they were randomly announced a new recruitment, remember? Weren't you applying? Exams are over. And you're still studying? What a tryhard. Is that an A.W.A.R.E program exam prep book? You guys came too, huh? Yeah, the class rep loaned it to me. Hey, hold on. I didn't lend it to you. I know. Paid, of course. Exactly. Just make sure to highlight and jot notes, okay? Damn, did your parents sign you this? Won't they know it's not their handwriting? No worry. I copied how the rep writes. And mostly just mark the key points. Should be fine. I don't understand what happened. Dude, you're a lifesaver. Alright, now I can relax. Hey, is it true you're not applying to college? Well, yeah, I was planning to. But the schools my family are aiming for are crazy competitive. I need to prep more stuff first. So I figured I might as well take the gap year, gear up, and try again later. Wow, that's some smug humble brag. Wait, what's a gap? No wonder you're reading up on A.W.A.R.E. So, did you already sign up? Plan to make the exam during your gap year? Or take the exam? I heard the written exam is insanely hard. Most of the questions don't even have clear answers. They just want to see how you approach these problems. God, that reminds me of a question I had for, like, what was it? It was for, like, applying for a job, and it's like, how many barrels of oil does the average Texan use in a week? And it's like, where am I gonna get that information, dude? You know? Anyways, yeah, continue. Even my brother didn't pass. Yeah, if you're aiming to boost your college application, there are definitely more efficient exams to take. Huh? Your brother got into top university? and even won awards. And you couldn't pass? This is really that tough? Well, guess I've got no shot. Don't say that. I mean, just try your best. Thanks, I will. Well, I have to go. I buy you this apple. Apple. Let me know when things work out, okay? I will. Wait, so what is a gap anyway? I'll make a gap in you. Way to ruin the mood. Huh? Never mind. It just means taking a year off from school. Some people travel, work, that kind of stuff. Wait, travel counts? Just the test? Come with me instead. Come on, that's not how it works. He's prepping for his college application. My jaw hurts. It's a bit early to start studying already. It's summer vacation starting tomorrow. Why not chill for a bit? Well, let's go. Let's go see the sights in the city of South Wind. Oh, city of the South Wind. Notice? Yeah, I've never actually been there. Heard it's really lively. Totally. The food. They barely ever give out. They lifted the entry rules. It really is rare chance. Really now. Thanks for the invite. I've kinda got plans already. Really sorry. No worries, next time. When you get into college, gotta chase the dream first. Yeah. Let's go together when the time comes. I gotta go. My parents are done with their meeting. Yeah, go on. I'm off too. Yeah, take care. Finally. They're gone. Notice. Don't think about it. It's fine. Focus. Back to studying. Is this... It says skip, like there's a... Oh, okay. It's just that he's studying and time goes on. Also, are the windows open or something? That's not studying. I do kind of miss studying. I know, I'm weird. But like, when I went to college for the second time for my master's degree, it was like, oh, some of this stuff is easier and whatnot. So, uh-oh. That ain't good. Time for work. Seriously, they're doing the, what is it? Peter Griffin thing? Don't worry, you're safe here. Or I guess not. My school! Where am I supposed to learn? Well, of course this is anime. They have to fight in a school. Zerp. A normal weapon. Talos class. Why here? You're with the A.W.A.R.E forces. Are you okay? Student, evacuate now. Go now. Is the main character trying to say something? His lips are moving. Can you move? I'll help. Leave me. I must stop it. You'll make it alone. This kind of abnormal weapon is massive. It takes at least 1 or 2 full squads to neutralize it. Retreating is the only smart choice right now. I'm an A.W.A.R.E candidate. Is he? I studied this stuff. I know what I'm talking about. Candidate. Alright. Head to A.W.A.R.E headquarters. Squad 3 was ambushed. Target is exposed. A massive and unknown... Got it. Let's fall back first. Exclamation mark. Like, the fuck? I mean, it somehow worked. Run. He lost his shield on his face. I feel like you could easily put the gun right between the armor and, like, you know. Chapter 2, After Squel. Well, I think that's a good time to call it. That's even interesting. You know, like, if not just for the story, but also for the fact that it's a visual novel that has things different from, you know, the usual stuff. Because, I mean, how many visual novels are, 1, 3D, and 2, animated? Not a lot. So, yeah. Even though it's a bit early, I'm cutting it here because we got, like, what? 7 minutes? 6.5? And, yeah, we don't have enough time for Chapter 3. But, yeah. Again, if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io. But, yeah, they don't have Patreon. As you can see, there's, like, an itch.io thingy. I have no idea what that is. Can you see that? Okay, there it is. I clicked on the thing. They have a Twitter, Telegram, a penguin, and a bag. I'm just clicking on these things. Yeah, it's itch.io page. Some kind of Chinese. Is that Chinese? I guess I could put it into a translator and be like, is this a thing? They have merchandise, really? Huh. Yeah. 3 things. And, it kind of looks like Twitter, but it's let me just check if that thing is Chinese. And if it not, then I'm being silly. Translate. Detect language. Chinese simplified. Is this like the... I mean, it looks like Twitter, so maybe it's like a Chinese Twitter? I don't know. Never seen it. Well, I've seen that little thingy there. But anyways, enough of all that. If you want me to do a Let's Play series of the rest of this game, I mean, maybe I could just do a side play of it, because it's like, what? It got 3 chapters. That's it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Side play of chapter 3. What else? Oh, if you want me to do a quick look of any other game, then tell me, and both give it a point. And I don't know, maybe put it in a side play thing because it's like, it just stuff, or maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. And so I'm drawing a blank of everything I want to do. I guess that's everything. Oh yeah, what we're doing next week. I completely spaced on that. So let me just turn this off over here. Boop. Turn that off over there. And yeah, it's short. So yeah, when it comes to these short ones, it's like, we'll put them in the to do later side play thing, Side play, let's see. If you're on a chicken bender, grab a box of chicken tenders. Number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? I think. Yeah. Man, I have Lagoon Lounge on here. Like, I remember when my friend was playing that, like, a long time ago when they were playing that. They were on, like, a big bender on that. And then when I got a visual novel bender, they were like, nah, too busy. Also, let me make sure I got the right one. Yeah, it looks right. Password. Game about, as I bring up the synopsis. You are Dave, a hyena. That's a hyena? Okay. I don't know. With the facial coloring, I was like, Trash Panda? What is it? Raccoon. Sorry. Who just finished his final year of schooling, along with a few of his friends. What better way to end the school year than to spend it in an all-expense paid stay at a luxury mansion for a whole month? After all, after this month, everyone's going to be moving away to focus on their chosen paths in life. So, this is the last time that everyone's going to be together for a long way. Will romance flourish in the time spent isolated in the mansion? Why are they isolated? Living the high life? Or is it an elaborate ploy by someone pulling the strings at the mansion itself that just sees the group as a bunch of playthings for something much more sinister? Expect the story full of questions and mysteries as the friends suffer through tragedy, death, and a looming threat that grows ever closer, all while trying to remember the nicer times in their lives before everything may come to an abrupt end. Characters will die? Is it could die or will die? Decisions must be made. The shying away from the consequences of such will only make the journey forward harder. Can you change their fate by using mysterious vault that seemingly wants a password to open? Is it your only one salvation to save everyone? Why is that a murder mansion? This one also got keychains and stuff. Yeah. What is the version that I have? Just want to make sure that when I do these things I have the most up-to-date version. Yeah, I do. Oh, Venus. The previous game that we just did was updated in May 12th of 2025 and I'm recording this on like November 2025. So it's been like a better part of a year. Well, Password was updated about 2 years ago, December 2023. Yeah, that's been a hot minute. I guess it's, put and done. Or whatever. Yeah. So, I think that's everything. Until next time, on another quick look. Me, GamerWolfSix, some other game. Happy in this one. Thanks and see ya.